2-1. That was a Tribe Called Quest. Check the rhyme. So yesterday, Liz Cheney was defeated in a primary in Wyoming. Now, in full disclosure, I do not agree with much that Liz Cheney does. I did not agree with her politically. But the interesting thing is, here's a woman who voted with Trump 92% of the time. And so many things she didn't have that she agreed to, I did not. But there seemed to be a breaking point when she and 9 other Republicans decided that this had gone too far. And these are the Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump. And every one of them, 8 of them are gone. Some of them retired, and some of them were defeated in primaries. I didn't, like I said, I stated for the record, I did not agree with a lot of what she did politically. I thought that agreeing with Trump on any number of things was troublesome. But I would have to say that it took courage politically to risk your political capital, to risk your career, to stand up for what was right. And what has happened is that they have purged everybody who stood against Donald Trump. Everybody who said that him attacking the Capitol was wrong are all gone. As a matter of fact, there are several people in state houses across the country who are running for governor or secretaries of state or Congress or even the Senate that thought that not only did Donald Trump, not only what he did wasn't wrong, but it was right. They are still pushing the big election line. What does it say about a party that will purge the people who tried to stick up for the rule of law? What did it say about a party that will get rid of the people and malign the people and cast out the people that stood up for the Constitution? How is it that you have principled people, although you disagree with them, that have to leave because they would not swear allegiance to a demagogue, but you keep known white supremacists? You keep known liars. You keep known sexual abusers. You keep, matter of fact, you have a man running for Senate that you extol the virtues of right now in Georgia that admittedly pulled a gun on his wife and told he was going to kill her. So what does it say about someone that is purged from your roles just because they stood in opposition to someone who had gone too far? Because he had drawn a line that was too far. And if they have to go, if attacking the Capitol and treason is not the bottom line, what is? Those people are gone because they stood when they were supposed to. We're taught to stand for what's right. We're taught to do the right thing regardless. When we were growing up, I don't care what your friends do, you do the right thing. You have an entire party that purged everyone that did the thing that we were taught to do, that stood up for the rule of law, that stood up for the Constitution, that stood up for the idea of America. They're gone now. And now you have demagogues and idiots. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene and her ilk. You have Paul Gosar, known white supremacists, known white nationalists, known wife abusers, known pedophiles. All of them are welcome under that big tent, except the people who want you to hold the rule of law as in high esteem, who want you to adhere to the rules of democracy, who believe in the Constitution. And that is why we're in this situation right now. Democracy was always a tenuous proposition. It called for people to do the right thing at great personal cost. The difference between Nixon and what's going on right now is that Nixon had people who were around him who were from his party who would hold him accountable. Trump does not. They will let him do whatever. And democracy cannot stand. It was always predicated on powerful people who had something to lose doing the right thing, although it could cost them something. And we see right now that there's a party that will not do that. They are not a party anymore. They're rallying around authoritarians. It's not a political idea. This is not a democracy they're fighting for. If you do not, and it's not the Republican Party, it is the party of Trump. And I'll say this as flatly as I know how. I don't believe, in my estimation, that you can still support Trump and be a decent human being. That is impossible. That's off the table. I think it was a tenuous proposition at first anyway. Now it's beyond a shadow of a doubt. You will purge people who only stood for the rule of law, but you will keep people who propagate hate and separatism and racism and brutality and pedophilia. All those are welcome. That ain't a big tit party. That's a circus. If your tent is that big, but it takes out the people that speak the truth, that stand for the Constitution, that stand up for the rule of law, if they're not welcome, and people like Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Paul Gosars and Getz down in Florida, and Herschel Walker, if those are all welcome, you do not have a big tent. What you have is Barnum Bailey Circus. That's a little note from the GED section. We got a jazz report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.